Good evening, this is your Psychic LG reporting for the United Kingdom. Is anybody there? Knock once for yes, twice for no. Hello, hello, hello. It's heading towards the witching hour. It's 11:06 p.m. Hiya, Stooge. Hi. How yous all doing? Hiya, Beetlebug. Let's get all this off here. Let's see if you're coming through. Hiya, Lance. Yous are coming through purple on the multi-stream. Hello, everybody. So it's picking up Twitch. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you all are around the world. It's Sunday evening. It's 11:07 p.m. UK time. We're going to delve deep tonight. We're going to look into the looking glass. We're going to explore what's happening, what's about to unfold. And happy Mother's Day to everybody. Hi, Bar Closer. We're going to see what's happening. Hi in Perth. Good morning. How are you all doing? Hiya, Debbie. Hello. Hello over there in Texas. This is brilliant, isn't it? Let's just get me coffee. It's been a strange old day today, hasn't it? We're going to have a good look around the globe. I haven't had time to do a looking glass, so we're going to do it tonight. We're going to delve deep, live, right? And we're going to, I'm just going to go with it and see what comes. Excuse me, I'm just getting some coffee. It's a strange old night. Hi in Connecticut. Happy Mother's Day, Dizzy in the UK. Oh, thank you, Lance. I don't mean to look like Cleopatra. I think it's just the hair. How are yous all doing? Yous doing good? As best as can be expected, I suppose. Hi, Skylight. We got any Facebooks coming in? Let's see what's going on Facebook. Just before we start. It's very temperamental, all of this, you know, to get it right. Oh, yes. It's coming through. It's definitely coming through there. Hello there, Denise. So it's picking up all three. That's interesting. So on the multi-stream, Twitch comes up as purple, Facebook comes up as blue, and obviously YouTube comes up as the red logo. Oh, well. I'll wait for a few to come in and then we're going to invoke the angels. I hope, what's he called? He's just emailed us. He said he couldn't get into Twitch. He said it wasn't working. I hope he can get in. I've told him I'm multi-streaming. Warlord, I believe. Hiya, Linda. Leslie. So where's me cards as well? We're going to get the cards as well. Thank you, Denise. Let's get the cards. So tonight I'm going to look into as much as I can. I'm going to scry into this beautiful crystal ball, which has been in the garden all day. It's been fusing up. And we are going to see what's happening to do with everything from the US, to do with France, the UK. I've had a lot of people emailing us, want to know about the UK, Australia, Africa, all over the place. Oh, thank you. You got on Twitch with no problems, yeah. I don't know what's happening there. Let's hope you can come in. So we're going to delve deep. There's been a lot of protests, what's been happening around the world. There's a lovely lady's emailed us this evening asking us if I'd look into the buses in the UK. She's worried about if it'll go further than what it is because they want more money. Because a lot of people rely on the buses in the UK. The man standing in snow will still come. Now, I've just recently on Facebook put a recent post out about the lady in red. And just recently, somebody had emailed us, Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner, somewhere in Israel somewhere. They had gone to some wall. Was it the Berlin Wall or somewhere? She'd gone somewhere anyway and she had a red dress on. And it just, I got straight away, that's the woman in the red. Now, what I had said was when the woman in red comes in, it's as if that's when things are going to start to happen. The Wailing Wall, yeah, the Wailing Wall. So I believe that Ivanka Trump is the woman in red. She went to the Wailing Wall. So, but I also said that there was a trick with it or something. You'd have to look back through my old predictions. There was a trick with it, or that it was a distraction. That was it. It was a distraction. So it's very interesting. But I believe the lady in red's come forward. The man with the snow, that could happen at any time. And it could mean many different things. It could be from alien. It could be from weather going strange. It could be when everything starts to come out. Okay, there's not just the stuff happening in America, it's all over the place. But what I do know is that it's about to unfold on the political front, definitely in the US. So it's lovely to see everybody in on Twitch and everybody's integrated. It's great. I don't know if your end you can see them integrated, but wherever you are, you can see the other 4 rooms, or it's just wherever you can see. I think I can just see it all integrated. Yeah, so it does look like it's going to be an indictment, definitely for Trump. But I just want to look into it and I want to see where it's all unfolding and what's going to happen. I think there's good and friendly, Jozo. I think there's good and friendly aliens like people. I don't feel anything is black and white. I feel just like life here with us. It's the same mirror effect out there in the galaxy. So, without further ado, let's get started. I believe I've got 349 in. And we are going to get started. I'm going to invoke all my angels in for anybody new coming in on the stream tonight. It's a bit like a spiritualist church. We started off like that. I think it's nice, isn't it? And I invoke all the angels in so we get the true answers. I ask for healing and prayers for everybody in the 4 rooms so that they get the help. And what you can do, you can comment in the link either in the stream or after the stream. It really helps. You can do it after the streams as well. For the algorithms, for writing your name of who you want. It's timeless. This is going to be timeless for healing, for anybody that you're worried about, any persons or animals or anything. Or if you're just worried about yourself, whatever. I do believe so, Mary. I do believe so. But we're going to look deep into it tonight. It's our little church, isn't it? Our little spiritualist church. And everybody's welcome to come in. All religions. Even atheists. We just want the truth. We just want the truth. So let's start. So I hope you're all keeping well and sit back and relax. It's Sunday night and let's get ready to rumble. Let's get ready to rumble. I invoke Archangel Michael, I invoke Archangel Michael, I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Uriel, I invoke Archangel Uriel, I invoke Archangel Uriel. I invoke Archangel Raphael, I invoke Archangel Raphael, I invoke Archangel Raphael. I invoke Archangel Gabriel, I invoke Archangel Gabriel, I invoke Archangel Gabriel. I ask all spirit guides to come forth and all the great archangels tonight to bring us true answers. I ask for great healing for anybody in this forum or anybody who is worried about anybody. You can write the names in the comments section and you will receive great healing. I've got Michael coming in now. He's coming in with his sword. Okay. Ooh, they're ready. They're glowing tonight, the archangels. Gabriel's looking very beautiful. He's all golden. I've got them all coming in. I've even got Metrodon. Wow, something's going off. Metrodon says we need balance. Uriel says that we need faith. Gabriel says that we need healed. Raphael says that we need to look within. And Michael says we need to stand with God. We need to stand with strength, and we need to stand and we will gain victory. Michael's saying that there's a holy war going on. Oops, sorry. Got a bit carried away with this. Remember the other stream and I chucked it across the room? Okay, I want to get really into it tonight. I asked Jed, White Buffalo, Star, Lady Direwolf, A2I, my great spirit guides, my faithful spirit guides to come forth tonight to give us a true answer. And I ask anybody from the fairy realm, from the nature realm, on-world, off-world beings, from the good side, obviously, to give us true answers, and the animal kingdom, or any alien races who would like to telecommunicate with us tonight to give us true answers for humanity. Amen. Oh, I've got White Buffalo and he's coming in with a great big feather. And it's like he wants to smudge the 4 rooms before he starts. I don't know what I'm doing here, right? I'm just going with it. He's going to channel through me and he's going to give me some Native American blessings for us tonight. Wow, I've never had this before. Okay. Taniktawa, I will show you my people. Nice and relaxed. Thank you there. Taisanama. Ue. Kumisana. Yo. He says that we are all spirit beings within a meat suit. We have all come from different parts of the galaxy and beyond. We are living in times of great tribulation, great change. We are here to fight for our rights, our freedom. Some of us have come back here to change the world, to heal the world, to teach, to tell. And some of us have come back for karma, to correct the wrongs into rights. And some of us have come back to love. Interesting. He's telling us to uncross my legs. He's quite strict. White Buffalo. For it to flow, okay. Children of the light, children of love, children of Gaia. And a lot of you have come back to raise the frequency on the planet for love, the love frequency. The children of the roses. The children of the roses of the lineage. Whoa. We wants to channel straight away. Can I have a drink, please, White Buffalo? Don't normally do the channeling straight away. We come with peace. We watch over you all. There is 3 tribes on earth here to destruct civilization, human civilization. One by one, angels are taking them down. We ask that you stand with truth and honour and look within, for these are the times on earth where if you do not release your pain, your suffering, and mend and heal, this can't affect you going in to new earth. We ask that you be kind to yourselves, eat well, drink lots of water, bless, live, laughter, happiness will raise the vibration and heal yourselves and heal your bodies. My ancestors suffered great pain, great suffering when they lived on the earth plane. I now have future ancestors working within communities, and they are all spread across this beautiful Gaia globe. Remember, we are all the same. So some of my blood and my veins could be running through your veins. And then for the ones who are not with my lineage, each and every one of you are special in your own right. You have your great ancestors. Your ancestors what fought in wars, what suffered pain, fought for victory and truth. And now you have come back onto this planet to end the suffering, to end the pain. And it does not have to be with armor in your hands, with weaponry. The tongue is the most powerful weapon that man can have. I bless you all tonight, and I ask that where there is pain and suffering in the United States of America, that you hold your head high and understand that everything has to be the way it has to be in order for truth to come fully out. I ask that you do not be caught up in this great divide of your political system that has been placed upon you to cause pain and suffering. Each one by one, they will chip at the man, they will pull him to the ground. But you need to know that this will also expose truth from the opposite side. I am not here to take sides. I am here to tell you the greed, the suffering, the pain that was taken from my people. I am here to tell you that we as the great tribes, the Sus tribe and beyond in the spirit world, are protecting you tonight and ask you to be calm. Look to the east, for the man who caused the war will fall this year. But also the 2 other beasts, the heads of the beast, will come to the head. And when the bells ring on Easter time, you will hear of one of these beasts' heads fall. I ask you, children of the roses, I speak like this in my tongue. Hi, 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 because you are the ones, the sweet pips of the apple, the new growth of earth. Yous are the ones that will take forth the great teachings. Yous are the ones which will teach your children's children what is right, what is wrong. And together, we as a goal, as a collective, we will grow new earth with new ideas which will be channeled through different man and woman. There has been a great attack on man. There has been a great attack on woman. You cannot have one without having the other. God created two species of humans to live on Mother Earth. And this is the fight of your rights this year and next. You stand with what you believe, not with violence, with love, and protect your children from the darkness. You have rights, and each and every parent who speak these truths, who say what they want for their child to hear, this will change the education system. This will change everything across the board. I come with peace. There will be 3 countries that will go head to head, and you must not worry. The sea will rise, and many countries will have floods. But what I must say is, new technology is paving the way to help Mother Gaia to change and to help the ecosystem, the whole globe, your survival, and great interventions for growing fruits and vegetables to help Mother Gaia. I do not oppose these. I see the bigger picture as I stand in the spirit world. I see the bigger picture for what is about to take place will take away pesticides and poisons, what my people were against. Let's begin. I love you all. I love you all. The children of the roses. You are here to change New Earth. Oh. Thank you. Wait a second, guys. Thank you, White Buffalo. You're still here. Thank you. Whew. Oh, man. Wow. It's coming back in again. My people, my ancestors, my father. We interacted with star people. We interacted. We spoke in their tongue. My father sat with my grandfather around the fire in the Smoky Mountain, and they came. My grandfather was very, very wise. My grandfather had no fear. None fear. He even offered his peace pipe to the Starman. Ha 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 ha. Do not fear, children of the roses. Do not fear. We are all the same across the galaxy. There will be many sightings. We are on the edge of change. Goodbye now. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you. Right, let's begin in a minute. Give us a 5-5 if you can hear us. Thank you, White Buffalo. I feel like lovely and warm when he comes through. Like safe. Hiya, Hamish. Let's get ready to rumble. Right, now remember when I'm just going to come out of that, wait for him just to, I feel him still standing behind us. Just get my breath back, get centred. When I start the scrying, I can't ask the crystal ball, I'll just go with it. You did, you missed some channeling, but you could be able to catch it after the stream at the beginning. Went straight in, I didn't expect that. So everybody's going to receive healing and protection tonight. I feel I've got more guides coming in actually. Whoa. I've got my big lion coming in. And Lady Direwolf's bringing in loads of different wolves. I'm feeling animals are unsettled at the moment. And Lady Direwolf wants to say that all animals are feeling the ascension as well. They're going through it. They're starting to communicate and feel more. So animals can even get, they can feel what we can feel. Animals can get intolerances, so when we start to spiritually ascend, it can affect our body and our diet. So animals can also get intolerances, food intolerances, that type of thing. So it doesn't necessarily mean they're sick. It could just be that the body's not accepting certain food, what's been in their cat or their dog food or whatever. So we need to look after our animals. And crystals work really well with animals as well. So White Buffalo came through very powerful there. And he's telling me to prepare, he's saying prepare for a storm. I haven't got a puppy yet, no. Only because I'm so busy and I think it would be so unfair. So I'm just waiting. Because you've got to give a lot of time to a puppy and I'm very busy at the moment. I've thought of a kitty cat. But then I really don't know at the moment. I'm just hanging fire. I really want a little dog. I really do. We'll just have to wait and see. Oh, I'm so sorry. Sonia Ridby from Facebook. My beautiful cat passed a month ago. She was 18. Oh, I think she couldn't sustain the energies. God love her. And animals do go to the spirit world. I must say that. And some of our animals are part of our soul collective. Yeah, cats are a lot less work. Definitely so. So Karen B in the audience from Twitch, the deer this weekend have been acting differently. You live on the edge of the wooded area. Yeah, animals, we need to watch the way the animals are reacting and watch the birds as well. Well, yeah, your cat will be the boss because dogs need masters, cats need staff. It's as simple as that. Yeah. I did grow up with a cat, so I know the difference. Dogs need masters, cats need staff. Hello, wee writer. So little Bumbarina in the audience here on Twitch. My Frenchie is 3 tomorrow and I have some presents. Oh, bless. Well, I hope they enjoy the presents. So, let's start with the crystal ball. Let's see what's going on. I'm just going to do some scrying. The cards will be able to answer your questions, but for now I'm doing some scrying. And I actually feel there's a lot of built up energy here because I haven't done like a looking glass, so let's see what comes through. Okay, I've just got to go with the visions I get. I get the sense that we're going to be like deers in a headlight this week. I mean, we've got this news, what's coming out with Donald Trump, what's supposed to be getting indicted on Tuesday. But there's a big twist with this, you know. They possibly will indict him. And I'm sure I said a little while ago, you know, it may have been last year, I said that they were going to arrest him and indict him, and people were saying at the time, don't be nasty, that's not going to be happening. But I'm telling you that it possibly will come off. But the problem we've got here is, right, it's not as straightforward as it looks. They can indict him, they can arrest him, but you've got to get like really, really strong proof and evidence and stuff like that. But my understanding is that the Republicans are still got power over something in the House or something. They've got some power over something. And they're going to come back with ammunition. And it will be to do with Biden or around Biden. So I said to you like last year and the year before, it was the race to the finishing line. And I think we're in it now. That's really strange. I'm seeing a big mosquito. So there's going to be problems for something to do with malaria somewhere. Like a super mosquito, like a super something coming out. But it doesn't mean it could be parts of Africa where they get mosquitoes. It's going to be a real political storm, Teddy. So, and I'm sure I said late at night there would be an arrest and there would be somebody coming out of a big house with like a cloth over. I wonder if I'm picking up that it's been Trump, unless it's people around him. Could be other men around him. So you need to watch for this. But I just see eruptions on with it. It's not very good. And I've just seen a flash, and I don't know if it's connected or it's to do with a separate situation, but a bit like the J6, okay? It's something like that, like ructions on in the street. And I can see reporters and they're on news and I can see like they're saying something. So possibly watch for that. So any little like crowds or protests, try to keep out of it because I don't know, I just feel things aren't really very good at the moment. I'm also seeing Jared Kushner in trouble as well, so watch for that. Meanwhile, as all this is happening next week, all this political mumbo jumbo stuff, everything what's building up, okay? There's something going on behind the scenes to do with Russia, with Putin. And I'm seeing him sort of heading towards another border. I always feel it's like, you know, don't look over there, look over here. So we need to watch for this. There's some worry. And I'm sure I said this on one of my last streams, that he was going to go a different direction. And I get the letter D, so I don't know if it's a town or something, but he's going to take over another place. And it's near a border. There's going to be problems with two cities over there. So watch for that. I'm going to give you some numbers because I'm getting the numbers. I'm getting 26, 28, 29, number 10, 12 and 2. Now these could be dates, right? I normally look on no more than 2 years, but I mean, I could be going as far-fetched that it's the 10th, like the 10th month October, you know what I mean? I think it's going to be a pretty crazy year. What I was getting from White Buffalo, when I was channeling him, is that we all assign here to come to Earth with different tasks. And I think Donald Trump is on a mission, definitely on a mission. And he's, but that doesn't mean he's going to get back in. It doesn't mean. And I don't really want to speculate anything at the minute. Let's see what happens. But it doesn't look very good. So I would have thought if they indict him, I doubt he'll be able to run again. But there'll not just be one indictment, there's going to be a few. And that doesn't mean it's on just the Republican side. It could be on the other side as well. March is interested in it, and so is May. And I'm sure I said this last year or the year before, that there would be like the biggest political sort of court case to come. And we could be facing this. I've just seen that lady, Jean, oh God, what was she called? Accusations towards Trump in the department store. I've just seen her face there. She's coming out here. So there's a lot of different bits of evidence. And also the lady, the judge, I see like a black lady, and it's a judge trying to get him for what you called? Oh my goodness, Fanny somebody, something like that. I see that lady. So there's information to come out there as well. And also watch for some huge news to do with Mitch McConnell and also Jared Kushner. Right. So I'm getting a weird feeling here, and I'm also getting Bill Barr, and I'm getting Mike Pence. So it's like something's going to be said, and then it's going to be like investigations with different people. But I've always said Trump's going to be a hard man to take down. He's going to be a really hard man to take down. So it's like catch me if you can type of thing. But I've always felt like it's like whatever they try and do, it could end up doing it to themselves. Do you know what I mean? That's the feeling I'm getting at the minute. But two wrongs don't make a right either. Do you see what I mean? And I've always said this, that there's good and bad on both sides. I see him sort of sinking there, So I've got this vision of Donald Trump going to court. It's coming through really, really strong. So I don't know how it works and what happens after indictment, but I am seeing something about a court case here. But that's going to give the other side, the opposite side, time to get their ammunition, like their information, because they never had the chance beforehand to take the information forward into court. It's really, really touch and go here. And the 4th and the 17th coming out really, really strong. Something about ships is coming in. Ships. I'm also feeling that Donald Trump's not very well, but I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised he's not very well with all this going on. Do you know what I mean? There's something big coming out with ships, and it looks like Navy ships in the sea. The next 3 to 6 weeks is very, very interesting, because it's going to push Biden into a corner, having to make a decision to do with China with something. So that's just gone boom at us there. But he's going to be distracted with something else, what's going on around the Trump situation. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So I want to say try not to get too pulled into it, guys. You know what I mean? We all need to look at within. That's what White Buffalo was saying. So Biden, I don't know, there's something strange about Biden as well. And it's 3 to 6 weeks is coming out really strong here. But it's like everyone's talking on the news, like, what's he going to do? And if it's not that he has to make a decision on something. Do you remember that time with the carry on with Afghanistan? And he was on the news and he was like sitting there looking at this screen or something, having to make a decision. There's something else coming in here. So I don't know if it's brewing up to do with Putin. So as well as all the drama, what's going on to do with Trump and that, there's something else. There's going to be a distraction. But you need to know that these distractions are happening, but they also are going to come in right at the right timing, because whatever they try to do to the right, to Trump, it's like his side's going to come forward with stuff which could be towards the Democrat side. Do you see what I mean? So then there's going to be a distraction, and it's going to give him time for them to gather their evidence. This is really crazy, this. It's as if I'm seeing a figure 8. I want you to remember that. So I don't know if something's coming out in an 8, or it could be what goes around comes around. You know, like what goes around comes around. That's what I'm being shown. There's going to be some missile or something, or some explosion in sea. And I don't know if this has got something to do with Kim Jong-un or to do with Russia. Also, I'm seeing a shortage or a worry with fish. Just random come in. So watch for that. Yeah, so next week, I'm going to pull some cards out. I'm going to take it step by step. Right, where's my cards gone? Infinity, yeah? But also it's like, that's it, in infinity number 8, but it's also what goes around comes around. Have you noticed when I start off with me streams, my hair's always perfect. I start channeling and it seems to send me hair up on. Like crazy. Right. Next week. Please give us true answers. So US Navy ships have just went into the Black Sea, Teddy, have they? Electric hair, yeah. If I get upset, you know, which is quite often actually, my hair will just stand up. Or if I get angry, my hair sticks up as well. It's weird. I think I'm full of electric. It's all the spirits I'm channeling. Oh, dearie me. Right, they've got him wrapped, cornered into a corner. So as we speak, there's meetings going on around Trump and that in the White House, you know. I don't even want to say the White House. I think it goes beyond that. It's really weird. It goes beyond Biden. So there's a lot of 3-letter stuff, agency stuff in these cards here. Do you know what I mean? Okay. So I don't know what happens with an indictment, but does that mean that he's got to go to court, or he's got to stand in trial, or he's got to stand and testify? Because I don't feel it's going to go to plan. it is, but not to the way they think it's going to. It's really weird. So there's the the Democrats are like getting their own way next week. I don't mean the Democrats. That's the wrong way of putting it. I mean the people who want to take Trump down, which is well, not all the Democrats, but you know what I mean. The darker side to politics. But it's as if it's not going to go to plan to what they think it is. Not fully. Not fully. But there is damage coming in. And what people need to do is, and the last time I gave off a warning like this was before the J6, is do not enter the building. It's a trap. And I said that. And I'm getting a similar thing today. Whatever happens, do not go to any crowds, get involved with anything. Just let it play out. We've got Adam here. I'm live streaming, son, okay? Right. Oh, it's rustling. So that's how the Republicans are going to feel. And, you know, you can't be responsible for people getting upset in that, because we've got to take control of our own energies. But at the same time, you are protected. But it's like, if you do have loved ones or people who are getting angry, try to stop them from going places or stuff like that. But it's going to be very dramatic, is the word. Very dramatic on the news next week. What you munching? Oh, biscuits. There's a lot of money tied up with here with another situation. And you have to watch for a woman from the East, but not the Middle East, to do with like the Russian East, that East. And she's got blonde hair where there's going to be problems. And she's speaking on World News. She's speaking. Adam, don't smoke in here, please. Good night. The guide. Oh, good God, he's got the toilet now. Okay, the children. I don't know if you can hear that. He's hilarious. Right, we've got the children here. Something about something coming out about schools. And I don't know if it's teachers going on strike. I know we've had them on strike over here, but there's going to be problems with schools in the US as well. But I also feel like I want to send healing and blessings out to the schools, right? And I'm not saying, I hope this doesn't happen, but I'm worried in case there's like another shooting or something like that. So let's hope that doesn't happen. But as I'm saying that, I feel like I need to send healing and protection out. And it's definitely to do with the CS, A and M. So I don't know if these are towns where I feel like I need to send healing and protection out. Because as we start to awaken, not everybody, the world's gone nuts, guys. The world's gone nuts. So we are channels and we are capable of good or bad. But some people are so overtaken by these demonic entities. And this is why you hear of people doing awful things. So I want to say that there's something running rampant at the minute on earth. And it's like that sort of devil energy. Give me 2 minutes because he's locked the flush on the toilet. And I just need to go and unlock it. Apologies. Right, I'll be back in 2 minutes. So he's flushed the toilet and he's gone off to bed and I'll be back in 2 minutes. Sorry about that, guys. Do you want him? I can send him on a plane over, you know. Talking about planes, I think we're going to definitely have... The passport officers are going to go on strike as well. Oh, God. Right. So I'm a little bit concerned there about schools, and like for lots of different reasons. Schools for strikes with teachers. I do believe we've had them in this country. But I also feel that there could be more strikes to come, and also strikes coming in the US, in Europe and beyond. But I also felt like I needed to send healing and protection out, to the children. I see a lot of debates. I'm seeing it. This is without the crystal ball. And it's on different podcasts, and it's, oh God, the media is going to run on this one. But it's something about will they, should they, if he pleads this or pleads that, and it's just drama. It's drama to come out. But I just want to say that they've wanted this for a long time, as you know. But it's like I want to say, in a way, it's a distraction from something else coming out. It's a distraction. Watch for huge news with the letter W or M round about the time everything starts to unfold within the next couple of weeks. So that could be to do with a place or a person's name. I'm getting lots of rain. And I've got White Buffalo coming in again, and he's like doing a rain dance. Terrible storms to hit the US. Like hurricanes or like a storm. And I want to he's putting like an umbrella, and he's a massive, huge umbrella, and he's putting it over California and Florida. There's more rain to come, more problems to come in California, but also to do with along the East Coast. I'm also feeling that there's going to be some huge news coming out with New York. Do you remember them two brothers? One of them was on CNN, and then the other one was the mayor, wasn't he? Who had to leave from New York. Oh, no. The brother had to leave CNN, if I can remember. And he's got his own podcast, Chris somebody. I don't think it's him. I think it's his brother. There's going to be some big news with his brother. Interesting. I'm getting all these warriors. Yes, the Kumo brothers. Yeah. I'm getting all these warriors coming in. Do you remember Zorro? I used to watch. This is so strange. It's just like I'm being shown Zorro. I used to watch that when I was a kid. Show my age. Cuomo. Right. We're definitely coming into like an end of one cycle on Earth, and we're definitely going through something huge. So it's been labelled as New Earth. I think there's more to it than that. And every so often we do this. It's all about the money, guys. It's all about the money. Yeah, Tonto. Problems in the stock market to come off to do with around the US. And there could also be a plummet or a problem. I mean, I don't understand it. I just see, but there's going to be a problem. Everyone's going to be talking about it. Things I want to say is going to be so different by June, July. Round about the time there's going to be big news to do with a sportsman. Big news, huge news, shocking news to come out to do with a sportsman. Okay. I'm getting that saying, damn if you do, damn if you don't. And it's to do with Harry. And the media are going to hack on him whatever he does. Do you know what I mean? If he goes to the coronation or he doesn't go to the coronation. But I can honestly say I get like a blur with it. So if he does get coronated, if there is a coronated, is there such a word as coronated? If it goes ahead with the coronation, I don't feel he's going to be in long. I get a weird feeling about it. I've got Archangel Michael and he's throwing lavender out into the sea. Pacific. He's throwing lavender into the Pacific. Watch for a lot of sightings. Okay. Problems with Italy. Let me pull some cards out on Italy. I swap backwards and forwards and I'll keep going round in circles. Italy. Kim, yes. Kim 068, yes. Yes. Right, okay. Border control. Problems with borders, it's coming out. Upsets. And I'm sure I said that in one of my last will predictions as well, that mass migrants, problems, border control. And I keep seeing a woman with blonde hair, problems. It's like a political woman. Actually, I'll tell you who she reminds us of. The girl who was up against Macron in the French election. Problems. I'm seeing problems. It's coming out really, really strong with Italy. And I'm getting the 26th or the 28th. It's coming out really, really strong. This, I've just seen it, right? So there's a man with this, like, it looks a very official suitcase. I'll tell you what it reminds us of. Is you're going into Parliament and you've got, is it the Chancellor of the Exchequer when they're doing the budget? And he's very important, you know, and he's walking in very pompous and he's going into 10 Downing Street with his bloody suitcase and that. I'm seeing something like that, but it's to do with the US. Have we had the budget? Like the budget case, yeah. I'm seeing something like that, but it's very important and it's taken place. And there's three men and there's clicking of cameras. And I'm seeing this vision and they're going into, it looks like official, it could be the Pentagon or the White House, and they're having to make a decision. Don't ask me what it is. I'm just seeing it. I'm seeing it really, really strong. Definitely saw Lioness. Like I say, I believe they've wanted to do this for a long time, but I definitely feel it's a distraction. It's a diversion, should I say. Sometimes I kind of like read a year out, but I don't know if it's this year or next year. I think it's this year. No more than 18 months, should I say. But I see a situation with people, I'm not sure if it's Ukraine or over that way, and they're having to get out. I mean, we've had the recent carry on going on with all the children in Ukraine and that, and the war crimes, and it's been all across the news, as you know, that, the one who arrested him. I mean, good luck with that one, you know what I mean, with Putin. But I'm seeing a situation where it's people, it's not children, there's a lot of people, and they're being trapped in a situation, and they're trying to get out of a country. I don't know if it's something like Red Cross, the United Nations, trying to get in to get them out. And I get this sense of they're free. There's a lot of stuff to come out to do with Russia. There's a lot of more stuff to come out. It's like I'm getting the feeling they're free. And it's all across newspapers and stuff like that. And it's really quite awful. Actually, it's awful. But I've said this for a while. You've got like the three heads of the beast, and they've all been sort of making their own money. And it's the working class people. It's the people who have suffered. The system's all been wrong. But the system's changing, and this system is falling, and it's disturbing the cockroaches. Lots of different mafia organisations connected with it. Also, there's going to be some big news coming out with the letter N. It could be a company. So I don't know if that's NASA or another company. So watch for that. Let's pull some cards. Yeah. I don't feel it's as plain as what they are seeing on the news. I don't feel he's innocent, Putin, but I think there's a lot more to it with others as well. Because my understanding is they've all been at it. They've all done things. So what they do is they throw the ammunition at people when they have to throw the ammunition. But it is true with these children, yeah? But there's something else coming out, and it's quite shocking. And if it's not connected with that, it's something else to come out around about the same time. Something's coming out with Russia or Ukraine. Could be Ukraine. Yeah, it's not looking good for Trump for next week. But I don't know if something's going to be postponed or delayed. So you can imagine on Tuesday, everybody's going to be sitting around waiting for news. But to be honest, the big news doesn't really come until Wednesday or Thursday. The big news isn't coming, I would say, till Wednesday or Thursday. So if this news comes out on Tuesday, this bigger news comes out on Wednesday or Thursday. And I want to say there's sadness coming. But again, it doesn't have to have anything to do with Trump. It could be to do with a separate situation. Interesting. Oh, and all the carry on with Partygate. We've got a jumper. I don't know why I'm being given coalition. I don't even know what that means, but it's something to happen, coalition, to come into the UK at some point. New and up and coming political people, but need to get like the old lot out. But there's a lot more shocks to come out with the Tory party. I can assure you, there's a lot more shocks to come out. A lot more strikes to take place. And I've been saying this for a while, guys. We need to prep, but not to panic buy. We mustn't panic buy. We mustn't panic buy. We need to just be savvy. We need to use Wolof. We need to use Wolof. That's what we need to do. Stock up. That's what I'm being given. Some people don't like tin soup and tin beans and stuff like that, but it's a must. You know what I mean? If you can't get out, it's always handy to have in your cupboard or your larder. Do you know what I mean? X, Y, and Z chromosomes. I've had this before and I don't know what that means. I think that there could possibly be another virus at some point. I'm seeing two big mountains. And in between the two big mountains, there's fighter jets. Don't ask me where this is. I'm seeing two big mountains. And I want to say just off the coast of Mexico. I don't know if it's connected, but I'm seeing fighter jets. Watch for strange sightings around Texas or Mexico, Vegas. I take it there's a lot of mountains up that way, isn't there? But it looks like there's two big mountains. And then they're giving us just off the coast of Mexico, or there's something to come from that. But then I'm seeing fighter jets or something to do with a problem with a plane or something like that. Right, I'm jumping to the other side of the world and it looks really, really creepy actually. And I'm in a desert. I'm not sure if I'm not far from Afghanistan. And I'm seeing hooded men, like cloaked men, like dark, like... And they're invading like a little camp place. And I'm getting the problems with the IS again. There's going to be problems. And I thought they were taken out. Or it's something like that. There's another terrorist group. I'm very upset and I feel upset for the Middle East. Again, it's this negative energy in the collective. It's the hidden snake and it's roaming around, jumping in and out of people. And of course, you've got the warmongers who are trying to cause problems. There's such this veil, what's so thin. I feel like I need to send healing and I need to send protection to the shores of Italy. The shores of Italy and Spain. North. North. I'm getting that really strong. Okay, let's pull some cards out on the UK. Let's get a drink of coffee. It's a worry, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's going to be a pretty crazy week this week coming in, guys. Makes you wonder how Melania feels, isn't it, with all this going on. Interesting. There's going to be some distraction or something what's going to postpone or waylay something. So, you know, like the veil's thin, guys, and it's just, people have gone mental, they've gone crazy with all of this political stuff, right? And it's like you're going to see people like spitting tacks. It's like they're really angry, and there's going to be some podcasters and news outlets, people getting really angry about this, what's coming out. 28th, 29th keeps coming out. So yeah, it looks like this is really strange. What should be taking place in the UK, it won't be a long reign. It won't be a long... If the coronation takes place, there's going to be big global news around about that time, but remember that. They keep giving us terrorist attacks. But that's... William will be the one who will end up on money. I get Harry. There's more shocks to come out with Harry, and I do believe there's another baby on the cards. If it's not to do with around them, it's to do with another royal baby, so watch for that. But there's another scandal coming out, and there's another interview to come out. Could be on Netflix or with somebody else interviewing them. And there's also going to be another book. No, he's not the Antichrist. So it's a real weird one at the minute. See, I don't believe that one family is completely evil. You've got good and bad in all families. Do you know what I mean? So I don't follow the crowd. I'll tell you the way I see it. Watch for big news in around Princess Anne, and it's coming out really, really strong. Why is Scotland to get sirens airing on our mobile phones in Scotland? Don't like the excuse about weather warnings, etc. Oh, I don't know. Why is Scotland to get sirens airing on our... It's the way the world is now, so they're putting all of these different things in the mobile phones, aren't they? You can turn these different things off on the devices if you wanted to. I personally wouldn't want a siren on my phone. It would be getting turned off. Do you know what I mean? There's no way there's going to be any sirens on my phone. There is something very strange going on behind the scenes. So we've got the world that we know, the world that we don't know. Okay? And it's like you've got the Grim Reaper then, he's like after the baby, but the baby's safe on the... I don't know if you can say that. Like safe on the other side of the river. Okay? And the owl, the mystical owl, is protecting the baby. These are the new children of New Earth. There's victory to come after a fall. Now, the reason why I say that is, this is to come. But before we get that, we've got the magician and the moon. And this is all the rot to be exposed. So it's a lot to do with strikes, UK strikes, problems with money. big scandals to come out with the gas companies, so watch for that. Big scandals to come out, more scandals. The owl can be the Illuminati, but she can also be the protector. Why do you think that these high organisations use the spiritual animal? Yeah, they use, it's like they can change witchcraft. You can change it from light into dark. It's the owl can also be there for good. Does that make sense? I've heard the Antichrist is supposed to be extremely good looking. I'm just going to ask something. Will we get an emergency broadcast message? That we would need to be worried if we did get something like that. And I'm telling you now, it's got nothing to do with Trump if we're getting emergency broadcasting. So get that out of your head, because it's nothing to do with that. If it is to do with it, it would be worried to do with a WW. Do you see what I mean? Or it could be an invasion, you know. That's the type of thing, or threats. That would be the only reason why we would get, unless the whole power grid went down and they were concerned and worried about people. But I know, like, I've watched different podcasts and people have said, oh, you know, we're going to get the emergency broadcast and you'll have to be made to watch this. I don't see that. I don't see that happening. Not for that reason. I'm being honest with you. I don't see it global. I'm not saying it won't happen in the US, but it's not happened fully global. No way. But there's something going on with, like, the warlords and the dark stuff happening behind the scenes. And like I've always said, you can't eradicate all the evil off the planet. You literally can't. You can only try and get the balance back, and that's where we're at the minute. That's where we're at the minute. And we must learn how not to get too engaged. And I know it's easier said than done when you live in a mod state, you know what I mean? But try not to get too engaged with other people's negative energy and learn how to protect your aura. But I also look at the Four of Swords there and I get a very strange feeling about big news coming around the White House or the Pentagon. And I'm feeling it really, really strong. And I keep getting the 27th and the 28th. The 27th and the 28th. We've got some major arcana deck and cards coming out the deck tonight. Got the Empress card. So we will be fine, but we just need to look within. But there is going to be a lot of problems to come out in the UK to do with more strikes. More strikes definitely coming in. So the lady who was asking about the bus strikes, there's more, unfortunately, there will be. Trains, buses. There's a lot more strikes to come in. But I would presume that there would be skeleton staff on, even if there was a bus strike. So please try not to worry about it. Like I say, I'm here to raise the vibrations, not to panic people. But it's all about money. Is Highland Fling is put here. All wars are banker wars. It's all about the money. Hiya, Gary. Will there be a new SNP leader next week? Is it Kate Forbes, Hamaza Uzov, or Ash Reagan? Does Kate Forbes have lightish hair? There will be a new SNP leader. The cards are saying a woman stands a good chance. No. Right, there's something about a woman and running rampant with blonde hair, and I don't know who she is, but it could also be to do with Ukraine as well. Something to do with politics. She's got black hair. Okay. It's really weird that, because I think that there's a lot of changes to take place in Scotland. So we've got the Tower card there. Remember, it's all unhealed ground, and the UK is, we've been through a lot of pain as well with our ancestors. You're going back to the War of the Roses in this country. Yeah, you've got the divide, what took place, Richard III time and all of that, or where the knights were about and stuff like that. There's been so much corruption, and it's been going on for years and years and years. I want to say that there is a woman to rise in Scotland, but I don't know if it is that woman or not. So I would go to say that possibly a man at this time. But there's a woman with blonde hair, and she's going to be all over world news. So I don't know if it's got I'm getting a north feeling. So it's either Scotland, or it could be North Europe, or it could have something to do with Russia or Ukraine. There's a woman here to come in. Yeah, I want to send healing and blessings out to the young lady. I think it was Germany, wasn't it? God bless her. And she died. She got murdered by two classmates. That's what I'm seeing. It's like this unseen energy, and it's jumping in and out of people. If you look into like the Islam, in Islam they believe in the jinns, and they believe the jinns jumping in and out of people. Whatever you want to call them, demons, jinns, whatever they are, reptilian energy. It's this unseen energy. Or is it mind control? Is it something that they're picking up in the atmosphere? Because you really don't know what's out there, and I'll be honest with you, I think there's some strange technology out there doing this to people. But some people are more triggered than others. God bless her. She is that little girl is in the spirit world. There needs to be more social media and protection of kids and schools, frequency. Yeah, there's a lot more going on, isn't there, Jazz? But there's going to be more rules and things to come in to protect the kids into the future. And there's going to be a new understanding within communities online to protect the kids. It's so sad. And don't forget, I've read for a lot of people over the years, and it's bad enough to lose a kid anyway, but to lose a kid through murder is horrific. I've read for people who've lost their kids through murder, and it's not nice, because they don't know what that baby's gone through in them last hours. It's horrific. So, and it's the ripple effect what it causes. But I mean, look what happened with Jamie Bulger, and you had he went missing, and then he was murdered by two teenage boys. You know what I mean? And it happens all the time. It's horrible, and it makes you wonder if some people are just born that way, or what's gone on in their family for them to do that. But what I do know is what happens to the murdered children when they go over to a hospital sort of environment, and the angels heal them. They are soothed and they are healed, and they are taken into the nurseries, into the healing gardens, before they go on into the other parts of spirit, into the other realms. So there is healing taking place out of the physical world as well. Angels are very busy. But I don't believe for 1 minute that our parents would ever get over this. You know, it takes... It's not just death in the wrong order. It's, you know, it's not like she's just passed away where she's been poorly, or even an accident is bad enough. But death in the wrong order, as well as a lot of injustice and knowing that the evil's been in around their baby. Do you know what I mean? But what will happen is, you see, they'll put these kids in what they did with Jamie Bulger's. One of them got out and has been given a new identity by the police force over here, and then they've just got on with their life. And no doubt this will happen again. But this has been happening for a long time, you know. The whole system is corrupt. So what they'll do is they'll go to prison, they'll do their time, and maybe they're not long enough, and then they'll let them out and give them a new identity. If it's anything to go by the UK law over here, you know, I presume Germany's very similar. But it takes the voice of people to change things. Airports is another one as well, in schools and that. So where you've got this sort of new technology coming in, it's a bit like Big Brother now. So there's going to be more technology coming in. We're not going to be able to stop it. It's definitely inevitable. It's happening. It's like the technology is being manoeuvred in to change this world. All right, I'm saying it. But it can also combat all of this happening. You know, it's going to be harder for criminal activity, but it is taking away we're sort of like we're privacy. Do you know what I mean? So in Germany, they are too young to charge as murder. So what they'll do is they did the same thing over here with Jamie Bulger. So they'll put them in some sort of security teenage jail or whatever it is, or place. And then, you know, take it from there. It's horrible. So over here, what they do with the paedophiles and the murderers, once they come out, they give them a new identity and send them packing, and it's the taxpayers what's paying for them. That's what's happening over here. Not all prisoners are given new identities, but the prisoners of like the really bad prisoners, like, you know, high profile cases of murderers, and definitely they protect the paedophiles over here, definitely. Yeah, they have like sort of juvenile places, don't they, and youth camps and that. Yeah. So there's a lot of cover-ups, do you know what I mean? We know that there's a lot of cover-ups and stuff like that. I got a strange feeling, a really strange feeling for next week. I can't put my finger on it. There's going to be more sightings in the sky. I keep getting Hong Kong, and that keeps coming out as well. And something to do with what happened with Brexit. This, if it doesn't come out by the end of the year, it'll come out into next. And it's something that got brushed underneath the carpet or something, or there's something to come out with that. Problems with Hong Kong. Also watch for big news with a woman celebrity over in Hollywood. Quite big news coming out there as well. See a lot of UFOs in this crystal ball tonight, guys. So I expect there's going to be a lot of sightings of strange phenomena around the world. Sinn Féin, Ireland. Big news, big news. Banks. Let's pull some out the banks. I don't know what name he has now, Bar Closer. I really don't know. Okay, so there's more banks to go down here. Europe. So there's a lot of worry here. There's a lot of worry. But I don't believe all the banks are going to go down. It's like they're getting wobbled before the changeover happens. Somebody's shouting a new financial systems coming in. Definitely. Six of Pentacles. It's like getting the timing right's coming out really strong. You know how I've always said that when everything goes off, it's like we'll be like looking on one channel and looking on another news channel. It's like two things going off at the same time, possibly three. I would say the next couple of weeks is possibly a big question mark to do with all of this. Got the Justice card here. Best possible decision. So there's something happening as we speak behind the scenes there. And we've got the Justice card. Well, we know that's coming. Justice or injustice, whichever way you want to look at it. Indictments. They're going to go after a lot of people, not just Trump, a lot of people around Trump. But it's going to open a can of worms, I'm telling you that now. It's going to open a can of worms. And I keep seeing Pence's face, Barr, I see a lot of different people. There's the sly fox there. You see it? It will be all right. I just want to say whatever happens, it's as if like it could end up be that they end up shooting themselves in the foot with what it is that they're trying to do, because it could backfire in a strange sort of way, because the Republicans are going to fight back on something. And it's got something to do with a signature. I don't know why I'm getting that. It's got something to do with a signature. And a woman. Don't ask me what I'm seeing here. I'm just going off with downloads I'm getting. it's going to backfire. There's a woman here and she's not very nice. I don't know who she is. Something coming out. There's going to be a lot of scandals with different guys, arrests, that type of thing, indictments. Not just one. There's going to be more than one. And I said it's like ping pong, backwards and forwards. But at the same time, I'm hearing like a loud woman's voice, and she's got blonde hair, and she's kicking off somewhere. East. Problems, Europe. This is all distractions, guys. I'm saying it's all distractions. So, we've got the Ace of Swords here. Ukraine border. Distraction from a bigger picture. And the only way I can describe that is it's like whatever's going on, nasty. It's like they don't want me to look where we're looking. They want me to look elsewhere. It's a distraction. So there's two ways we can play this. We can either get pulled into it and broiled into it, or just step back and just try and let it go over your head, because there's going to be a lot of dramas on the news over the next couple of weeks. I did say there would be more news to come out with Stormy Daniels. Stormy Daniels had signed a DNA and she broke it by talking. So it's going to get dirty. It really, really is. So, like I said to you before, we're all here to play a part. And Trump's here to play a part. Be whatever it is. All right? Break the system, whatever. But at the minute, it's not looking good for him to move forwards. But I would say the next 3 weeks is going to foretell if he can move forwards and he's free enough to move forwards to apply for presidency for the Republican Party into the future. But at the minute, it doesn't look very good because it looks like they've got him tied up. But they're going to go at him. But then I think that his side's going to come back with stuff on the other side. And this is when it's going to start to get really interesting. Oh, yeah. It's going to start to get really, really interesting. There's the Chariot. It's like we're coming into like the eye of the storm there, and we just need to watch for it all to unfold. But if it gets too much, guys, just to take that step back, you know what I mean? Take that step back and just have your movies on, do what you need to do. Is it buffering, is it? Who else is getting buffering? Yeah, it's a weird, crazy run of thing, you know what I mean? But I think at the end of the day, it's he's here to play his part, like that we're all here to play our parts. Yeah? And no matter what you think of Trump, he's a warrior. He's definitely a warrior. Do you know what I mean? But I don't go along with what other people say, like in the truth community. I just do it my way. So there's still a question mark. I doubt he's going to get back in, but he's going to take something down. He's going to dismantle something. That I've always maintained. And if he does get in, I'm very concerned that something could happen to him, But he's playing his part. There's stuff happening, there's stuff going on behind the scenes. But I also think that they've never had the chance, the right have never had that chance to get their say on other things. It would never got to go to court. So I have a feeling that if it's pushed too far, a lot will come out and the rights will get that chance to get stuff out in court. But I just think at the minute it looks like that the baddies are still running havoc at the minute. Do you know what I mean? But you just have to let things play out. You're getting belly rumbles, Hamish. Boris was in some sort of kangaroo hearing about Partygate. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's just drama after drama after drama. But I need 5 minutes, guys. I need to go to the loo and I need to make a juice. 7 of Swords. Yeah, we need to do the work. I mean, we want to know what's going on, because the gas prices is rising, the utility bills is rising, inflation, and yet, everything else isn't. And so we need to look within and look after ourselves and how we could cope in a crisis, if there was a food shortage and stuff like that, food prices, that type of thing. I'm going to look into that after the break. But these children which have just been freed, apparently just been freed on the news, there's more to come out with that. And there's more shocks to come out to do with the Ukraine border and Russia and all of that. There's more stuff to come out. It's all about the gold liners. I'll look into it after the break. Give us a couple of minutes. I'm not doing personal tonight, May. May's asking, LG, can you look into see why most of the people are getting bronchitis? Oh, I thought you were asking about your mum. It's immune system. People need to pump up on themselves. And you know what I think to do with the immune system, which I can't see on here. But people can change it by pumping the vitamins into them and building on their immunity and stuff like that. There's going to be some big news to do with the Tate brothers as well. That's going to come out very, very soon. But give us a few minutes. All right, we've got 730 viewers in all together. Give us a few minutes. I just need a few minutes. I need to go make a juice. If the Betty and Bobby interval does your head in, just turn it down until I come back and I'll look into more. Yeah. And I'll look into about the worry with the WW3 as well. Where's the Facebook and EI? Where's the YouTube lot gone? I think the YouTube lot are still in, aren't they? Give us a 5-5 if anybody can hear us coming in from. Let's refresh the chat. We've got Twitch lot. That's strange. Oh no, they're coming in. Facebook. Yeah. Yeah. Right, okay. Right, give us a few minutes. I'm going to nip to the loo. Just tell you as anything, don't I? I'm going to nip to the loo, get a juice. I'm going to have a quick, naughty little smoke. And then I'll be back. And then we're going to look deeper. Okay? And we'll just take it from there. We'll take it from there. I think it's going to be drama week over the next couple of weeks. Dramatic drama week. So we need to get our salts and get into our crystals and burning the incense. I'll be back on in a minute. Give us 5. Give us a 5-5 if you can hear us. I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. Can you hear me? Yeah? Whoops. Got a jumper. I'll not give it yet because I haven't shuffled them. Will this week, I need to ask this, will this week be shocking and run smoothly? Will it be shocking or will it run smoothly? They won't get all their way on something. There'll be an indictments. There could be arrests, if not this week, next. But it's going to backfire. It's going to backfire in a strange sort of way, but it may have to go, some things are going to have to go to court. And I want to say there's 2 or 3 things to go to court with all this hoo-ha what's going on in America. And there's a woman to stand. I don't know who she is. She's got a blue trim on. And she's standing and giving evidence on something. So you need to watch for that. There's going to be a lot of disruptions in Italy. I'm very drawn to Italy. I want to send healing, prayers to the land and the people. And I don't know why. I just feel I do. Wee writer, Louise, do you ever see spirits around your place all the time? I've had many of an encounter, and nice encounters as well, by the way, and some creepy ones as well. I don't feel it's Pelosi, no. Pelosi's gone very quiet, if you ask my opinion. I had this strange download when I was sitting on the loop. I'm going to tell you, is it? And I went to the UK Parliament and I was given that the UK people did not vote in Rishi Sunak. Did you hear that? The UK people did not vote in Rishi Sunak. And it was planned. I do believe it was planned for him to be in office. And there will be voting in the UK for the UK people. But 2 big things have to come out in Parliament to do with corruption before there is voting, and we could even get early voting. So it's like a house of cards. It all has to fall. It all has to change. I'm just reading your comments here. Oh, do you like them? I've got a few different decks in here just to make it interesting. There's Donald Trump. I've just shuffled them and put them back again. So he's the King of Cups. He's the man with the fair hair. And he's coming out upside down. He's not in a very good place at the minute, as you know. But what's going on behind the scenes is there is some warriors behind the scenes. There's a man here. I don't know who he is. And there's meetings going on as we speak. And I do believe that they are gathering evidence. If they've got like a plan. So if they go, yeah, it's a bit like chess. If they do this to him, they can use this. If they do that, it's really clever. And like I've said, he's going to be a hard man to take down. But they've got ammunition. This guy here, he's collecting everything what's been happening, and in case it does go to court. And nothing is so plain simple, because there's different pathways. So if something happens to Donald Trump in a courtroom, they can use this, or they can use this, or they can use this. But there's a very clever man here, and I don't know if he's come into play yet. And it might not have anything to do with Trump. It might be somebody independent. there is going to be huge corruption coming out, but Parliament is absolutely the core of a lot of it, mind, I'll be honest with you. To do with a lot of stuff. No, I see Giuliani, that they're going to try and get him in hot water or something. It's not him. DeSantis is a dark horse. I'll be honest with you. DeSantis is a dark horse. He plays between the horse and the hounds, and he's all for himself. So people who are watching this who are on the left, if you thought that you didn't like Trump, I think that DeSantis would be the harder one again, because he would just be harder again to take down. But they're just so hell-bent. They don't want... Trump's got stuff, and I've always said this. Trump has stuff that they want. And he knows stuff. So the Wheel of Fortune's coming out. We've got the Tower. These are very powerful cards. We've got a loss for Trump, which is the Five of Pentacles. But then we've got the World, which is covering him. So where he may take a chip and he may take a fall, he'll still be able to rise in other ways. Does that make sense? And if I'm getting this wrong and he does get back in, my concern is, because the whole system's not cleaned up yet, and there's a lot of mafia links connected within. There's a lot of people who don't want him in for many different factors, and it's not just to do with the Democrats, it's to do with other dark, seedy stuff, what's going on behind the scenes, what the public don't know. And it's all to do with mafia organisations and CIA, three-letter agency stuff. They'll take him out. They'll take him out. So the plan is, and you're going above everything, you've got the good guys and the bad guys, up this ladder, whichever way you want to categorise them, all right? Above it all, they're all moving in the right direction for this new earth, and the plan is they don't want him in. So I know there's intel out there where they're saying, you've got the good guys and that's in control and Trump's going to be back in. But don't forget, I'm not part of that. I'm a psychic. I'll just tell you what I see. All right? I'm not into no clicks and stuff like that. I'll just tell you what I see. But I also feel that he's going to take them down on something. It's as if I want to say, it's like the Eye of the Tiger. I get that song. He's going to take them down on something. And they know that. So they're trying to get him for lots of different things. But what they do is they're collecting information. So when they want rid of somebody, they'll use all this information against them. But little do they know that Trump's also got information on them. Okay? So I just feel we just need to watch this slowly play out. We need to watch this slowly play out. It's not safe for him to be back in. But there's other ways he can do stuff. Do you know what I mean? But it's like he's played his part. That's the one I want to say. But when it comes to the Democrat side, I just think there's a new wave of Democrats to come in. And a lot of these oldies are going to leave. That was it. So the reason why I got the download about Rishi Sunak and he hasn't been voted in, I was getting, and Jed came in and they said the same thing is going to happen. And I know there's a lot of you out there that say, well, Biden wasn't voted in, but I'm on about officially in headlines, right? The same thing is going to happen within the Democratic Party. Why would I get that? So you're getting another Democrat coming in because Biden's having to step back or something's going to happen. So I'm going to have a look at that. It's like he hasn't pulled his cards yet, Lioness. But what he could lose out is he could lose a lot of his... I always felt like his finances weren't as big as what he was making out to be. There's a lot of debt there. And this is something else I predicted, that the Trump Tower would eventually fall. And people said, oh no, that'll never happen. But it could. It literally could. But when it comes to, slandering his name and everything what's being said at the minute, they can try, and they're going to try this week. Believe you me, they're going to try. And it's not going to be nice. But it's bringing everything to a head. This is what you need to know. It's bringing everything to a head. Everything is just exactly what we writer says. Everything is the way it should be. Because what I've got here is, it's not good what's coming in over the next couple of weeks. It's, and some people do take it literally when it comes to politics in the US. They really, really do. So you've got all these swords, and then you've got the Republicans really paid here. You know what I mean? They're really upset. So there is a warning. And we've got the Nine of Swords. It's straight on now. It's coming in. But then we've also got the Six of Rods. So 3 weeks, like I said, 3 weeks, take that away. One's away from Swords. 3 weeks from now, something bigger is coming than what is coming next week. Right? But what it's going to bring in is going to bring everything to a head. And then it's bringing the close in. So that's like the Death card. It's the close, it's the ending of one stage, and then it's the starting of a new. So in order for everything to clean up, it has to all come out, the warts and all, on both sides, I'm going to say. On both sides. Because I've always said, either side's not squeaky clean. Okay? Whew. Coffee time. In the meantime, I think there's something going on over. There's something going on with immigrants. There's something going on with borders to come out. There's something to kick off to do with over in the Middle East. Remember what I've said, that vision. I'm going to do some remote viewing in a minute. And there's a lot of strikes to take place in the UK. But what I do feel is eventually when everything does clean up, yeah, this hoo-ha, could go on for 2 years, when it to do with all the clean up in people's bills and stuff like that. This is what I'm saying. It's the fight of the fittest, and it's always the people what suffers. But when the old system falls, there's going to be like a new trade system to come in and a better system. And there's going to be a lot of trade which is going to take place from Africa. There's a lot of rich soil there. There's a lot of jobs what's going to be created. The poor people of different parts of Africa, like Nigeria and Kenya and places like, I'm sure they have like shortages on electricity, and they've just had to put up with it. And it's like, we're going to witness and we're going to feel what they've gone through. Because it's always happened over there. It's never happened to us. So that corruption's grown. And they've took out the pot. And they're in so much debt. So there's an imbalancement. So when it happens in more than one country, then you've got a global crisis. Like we had a pandemic. We're going to have like a pandemic of imbalancement if there's a cultural war coming in. There's an imbalancement, and the people are fighting back. We've had all the riots, what's gone on in France. But they don't always push this out on the media news. Do you know what I mean? So I'm sensing tonight, guys, that there's something in the air, like that song by Phil Collins. There's something in the air tonight. I'm not the singing mood, but there's something in the air that is going to like in the France, that they've had the protests, and you're not just talking to thousands of people like they were seen on the news, you're talking millions of people, were protesting. I'm sensing a situation like that in the USA. There's a timeline. I hope it doesn't happen, but there's something there. Then I seen this vision of people, and I'm not sure if it was Ukraine or Russia or another country near the borders, and they were trying to get them out. I got this unsafe feeling. They were trying to free them, get them out. And as they were getting them out, there was shocks. There was shocks. So it's, again, this is what's happening. This is what's happening. The tower is falling. Richard Zucker, I hope so. Gas prices should be dropping. Yeah, I know. But then we've got the magician. So this is all the corruption coming out. Nasty pasty. All the corruption. Airlines. I've just seen some big news about airlines as well. Will the food supply in the USA be greatly impacted by the East Palestine, Ohio? No. It's more to do with something what's coming in from Europe. I think there will be some problems, but you'll be able to get it in from other ways. Okay? There will be some problems. More worry to do with water. But the problem I've got, it's something to do with, there's problems with something brewing, and it's getting there's going to be a problem with trade. There's a woman here again, and it's the woman with the blonde hair. Let's see. And the spy who loved me, I've had that before. There's something coming out about Russian spies or something. But a couple of years ago, I said to you, I don't know if there's any old people on here who've watched this for a long time. Like followers who've followed us for a long time, should I say. I said that when it starts to all come out, right, it's going to open an old case, a legal case from the past, which will involve the UK. And I'm getting it again tonight. It's all connected. And I don't know if it's to do with the Mueller case or it's to do with the Steele dossier. There's something connected when it will all come out. 8 of Pentacles. We will be all right. And I've got the 10 of Cauldrons. And we will have celebrations. It's like we're in some sort of war situation. So these are good cards to come. But it's after 2 big announcements in the USA before things will change. Now, I know that might sound very cryptic, but remember, I prophesize. I prophesize, and I can only give you what I'm given. There's the children. I know this sounds really strange, right? And I don't mean this in an awful way. But at the minute, I want to say with the USA, I'm concerned about the children at schools at the minute. And I feel like I need to put angel protections around them. Now, I don't know if that's to do with teaching certain situations or something completely different. But you've got the 10 of Cauldrons here, so there is happy times to come. And that's American families and Europe families and... but it's like we're going to witness a lot before that comes off. Like D-Day, after the war, it's like the happiness and everyone's celebrating and partying. But the system is holding up. It's going to affect the people, guys. And it is. It really, really is. I mean, there's people over here alone who can't afford to feed their families and stuff like that. There's a young Republican guy, and he's got mousy brown hair. He's the Knight of Cups. He's got the red feather in his hair. I don't know who he is. New and upcoming rivals coming in from both sides. And there's some sharp Democrats coming in, younger generation coming in on that side as well. But he's quite a force to be reckoned with. And when he appears, he's coming in with an older man. He's coming in, excuse me, he's coming in with an older man. That's interesting. Crypto is going to be very interesting. And I still think we're going to have money, but I think that, I mean, they will tax the, they're going to be taxing the cryptos and things like that. Definitely. We're already in the digital. I think that my understanding is that we're already digital here in the UK. They're tracking everything now. And unfortunately, you can't fight against it. You've got to go with it. Swim with it and just do the best you can. That's my motto. Sink or swim. Do you know what I mean? But if there's a way that we can protect ourselves, it's just like I've always said, use our loaf-based savvy. And crypto is something definitely worth investing in. Gold and silver is good as well. But I mean, at the end of the day, if you've got a load of lump of gold, yeah, it's rising, but not dramatically. I think there's going to be certain coins, when everything starts to fall, I think there'll be certain coins what's not worth anything will make people who bought coins, there'll be something what takes off in the Middle East where I do believe that they'll make a lot of money on that. I'm not an expert, but that's just what I'm seeing psychically. But again, crypto is connected with a new system, should I say. But at the end of the day, if you've got a couple of lumps of silver, yeah, it's great, but it's not going to save the day if you want to feed your families. I'm talking about if there's no food in supermarkets, what do we do? We have to plan for these things, I follow a lot of preppers online, that type of thing. Make our own bread, that type of thing. Get your flour in. Oil, butter, things that, cannon's another thing, you know what I mean? Or try to get all your tin food in when you can, that type of thing. Prepping is always a good thing. And I always recommend that we have at least 3 months of stock just in case anything did happen. Is there going to be any cyber attacks? And if so, where's it coming in from? Yeah. Different bitcoins is the, yeah. You can sell it for profit, but I don't think it's going to come to that. I always think it's a good thing. This sounds terrible, this, doesn't it? My my ex girlfriend. That sounds terrible. Anyway, I'm still friends with her. She used to, she invests in gold and silver, and she knows all the lads in town with the gold shops and all of that, and all the jewelers and stuff like that. And she's done it for years, do you know what I mean? So you can make a canny bit of money from it, do you know what I mean? But I don't think it's going to come to that. I think that we're going to come through it. I think that there's something else to come into play before 2028. And I know that sounds a long way off, but it's not that bad in the whole scheme of things, because time is going really, really fast. But there is some of that form of currency coming into play where it's going to be easy for us to access and not so easy to track. Now, don't ask me what it is, because when you've got the new system coming in, there'll be other ways of, we're going through some sort of shift. So everything's rocky at the minute. Silver's good, yeah. Gold is too high. But I mean, it's a concern with the heating bills at the minute over here, and I don't know what it's like in the US, but in Europe, it's terrible. Terrible over here. And it's scandalous. The only thing I can explain is that it's going to get worse before it gets better. And I'm not saying this to frighten you, but when it's happening gradually, they're manoeuvring it in. But it's something that's going to totally change. Something's going to happen what's going to totally change the world on a whole. Which is going to bring, they've got a plan to bring this in. It's a new technology, but they're going to bring it in quicker. As below and above. Above and below. And it's very, very biblical times that we're in. So where's my ball? Where's my crystal ball? So as we're looking on into the future, right, I'm going way on here, and I'm looking on into 2030. How many years is that off? Everything is so, so different. We are digital here now. So all these world leaders all know that we're all going digital. And there's been embezzlements of money from high officials connected with all sorts of mafia organisations, linked with all to do with all sorts of nasty stuff, right? Which has been hidden. Cartel in here and everything. So in order for this new system to come in, they want to know how they can hide it or how they can change it. And there's a gold war here as well, guys. And this has a lot to do with what Putin's up to. Watch for big news coming in with India. Okay. Because India's joined BRICS, hasn't it? BRICS, which is in with Russia, and interesting. So BRICS is going to get bigger. More countries is going to join BRICS. But the world by 2030 will be divided into 3 different sections. So it's going to take a lot of change here. But a lot of large companies will fall this year and next. There'll be a lot of bankruptcy. So even in high-profile people will not be immune to this. And Donald Trump's amongst all of that. But there will be something to come out to do with China and to do with the President of the United States. If it's pushed into court. But I don't know if it'll go that far. You just need to watch this play out. But they will exit Biden quickly. And like when I was sitting on the loo before and I said to you, the people never voted Rishi Sunak in. And this is what you're going to face. There's another one of them coming up. And I don't know if it's manoeuvring somebody else in from the Democratic Party if Biden had to step back. That's what I'm being shown here. Oh, I'm being shown the River Nile. Problems in the River Jordan. The River Jordan. There will be problems with trade, and I see ships jammed in a dam or something. I see ships jammed in a dam. Wasted food. Pollution. So if there is any scandals coming out to do with foods, it'll be because it's one side trying to attack another big side to try to take companies out and stuff like that. But there will be an uprising on farmers, if not the end of this year into next. I want you to remember that. It's coming out really strong. Canada. Give me a true answer, Michael. Let's get a drink of coffee. Are you enjoying yourselves? It's possible, Molly, that they could move Kamala Harris in, yeah. Well, that would be the plan. Yeah, there's a time delay with YouTube and Twitch, isn't there? Let's see what's going on with Biden. Trudeau, Canada, Canadian people. Give us a true answer, Michael. Seven of Pentacles. He's not going to be there long. I don't get a worry there. The last time I looked into the New Zealand thing with that Jacinda girl, I get the same feeling. It's like he's not going to be there for long. I'm not just seeing it's scandals, but I see trouble around him. I see voting to take place in Canada, and I'm also seeing a woman to step in. But this system will change, and it's going to affect the Canadian flag or the laws with Canada and the borders of America. And if it's not to do with the system falling, it's the process in between, or it's something that Putin does, or that's what they'll say on the news, something that Putin does, but there'll be more to it. Sometimes when I'm giving off prophecies, I don't understand it, and I can't even question it. I just got to go, woo, 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 and then it makes sense as it falls into place. If it's not Kamala, it might be that there's two different people in there running it. Interesting. But as I can see, he's not that well liked. And there will be more protests to come in Canada, like they had with the truckers. There's more protests to come. So I want to see Canadian people prep if you can, that type of thing. And what I must say is, because I love animals, that we also need to, not to forget with when we're prepping, that we need to watch what, prep for our animals as well. Because it could be something, how we had a problem with the baby milk, you could have a problem with there's no dog food or that type of thing, cat food. Are you getting ads? If you get ads on Twitch, if you subscribe, you shouldn't get the ads. Elon Musk, I want to pull some cards out on him. He's up to something as well. He's a dark horse, isn't he? He's somebody else who plays between the horse and the hounds, you know. He's up to something. What's he up to? Hoo. The spill the beans. He's going to spill the beans. There's more stuff to come out with Elon Musk. So we've got more stuff to come out there. We've got the moon, things what's been hidden. And there's the hounds. There's the hounds. Next full moon. There's the scorpion there. Some big news to come out with somebody who could be a water sign within politics. There's more Twitter leaks to come out. But I also see Musk in court with something, so I don't know what that is. I'm going to give you some numbers, guys, and it could be dates. If you want to write these down or remember them. The 15th, the 21st, the 29th, the 10th. The 17th and the 18th and the 4th, the 14th and the 9th. I'm getting that really strong. Big news coming out with politics connected around them dates. Also as well, when there's something to be leaked, and I don't know if this is coming out, what's coming out from the right side or the left side, if they push Trump too much because he'll retaliate, there'll be some news to come out, or to do with the more Twitter leaks, but there's going to be some shocking news to come out with a woman. And she's upside down, so she's not very nice. So there's been stuff coming out there to do with a woman, so watch for that to come out. Or round about that time, there's going to be some shocking news to come out with a woman, a well-known woman. All right, California. Elon Musk is in trouble with California. California is suing him for not coming through with driverless Teslas. All right. Yeah, well, that could be it. That could be it. So March and May is very, very interesting. And of course, we've got the coronation. But we've also got something big to come out between now. Oh, we're not in March, are we? Unless I'm looking into next year as well, because they're giving us March and May. But then if you think about it, hypothetically, we've had a lot come out this March. But May's interesting. If not this year, next year. Big switchovers, big changes to do with not one country, but 3. They are going to try and push for these 15-minute cities in the UK, but I don't think they're going to get very far. And there will be protests, just like there has been in France if they do. But I think there's going to be a lot of scandals to come out with the Tory party. Hold on to your hats, guys, because what's to come out with the Tory party is shocking. You thought the WhatsApp Partygate things were bad. Watch for more stuff to come out, and it's to do with messages. It's quite shocking. There's a new form of housing what's going to take place in the UK to do with cutbacks where it could affect the market or the housing market where they're building houses, what they're called, when they're building houses. It's a cheaper, but it's environmentally better. It's it's warmer. It keeps the house, because we need, over here in the UK, our houses aren't built to keep the houses cool. They're built to keep warm. But there's going to be a new sort of material coming out, and it could take off through Europe in the US. So that's interesting. Yeah, he's got Asperger's, hasn't he? Has he got a form of spectrum? There's also a Republican woman to really rise within US. The Queen of Pentacles. There she is. She's got a red gown on. And she's quite a force to be reckoned with. And before you ask, it's not Carrie Lake. And I'm being given switching sides, which is interesting. I mean, we could be living in times where we could be seeing Liz Cheney switching to the left, and you could be seeing Tulsi Gabbard switching to the right. Yeah? Because part of this spiritual ascension is that people have free will and free choice. So that's going to be interesting. And I've always said a woman will rise and has the potential to sit in the White House, but I'm not so sure what side at the minute. Switching sides is coming out very strong. So we need to it's so vital that we get into the law of attraction. You know, we've all been on like budgeting this and budgeting that. But something about tea. Now, tea comes in normally from China or India, doesn't it? I know it's random stuff I'm given, but I'm being given a shortage of tea. But we need to get into the law of attraction and that type of thing. I'm going to pull one more card out. So I don't believe all the banks are going to go down, but there's going to be a wobble with a lot of them. And we'll get announcements. You'll be able to pull them out if that was the case. Yeah, this is the media coming in within the next week. I mean, look at that. Like gossip. All laughing and scoffing. That's what we're going to be witnessing. And everybody like dramatic. I'm on about politics. But it's going to backfire. It has to happen. And then there's like indictments. But I want to see indictments. There's more than one. Indictments, there's more than one. But it's going to be all right. There's the star card. It's a big, massive cleanup what needs to happen in the USA, guys. Like, all over the place, really. All over the place. But a lot of things to do with people's health, what's being pushed underneath the mat there, what's been hidden. And you're talking different states and governors and people who haven't done their jobs properly. To do with clean water supplies. I keep getting like, you know, Erin Brockovich, like the film. There's like weird stuff going on in different states. A lot of corruption. So there's a bigger cleanup to have. It's going to take longer in the US than it is anywhere else. I believe if you are looking around the globe, and imagine if I'm like a virtual sort of, I'm a virtual exposing things, okay? Like I'm into the future as a news reporter. And she's standing there with the globe ball. And I'm going, okay, the UK, it's going to be explosive how it all comes out, the corruption, because it will be. Europe is going to be worrying. and it's going to be something what's going to escalate from Russia. Okay. China is ahead of the game. Are you listening to what I'm saying here? China is ahead of the game and they want to trade. They're playing it cool. They're playing between the horse and the hounds. You know, they're talking to this one, they're talking to that one. India sort of pushed into a corner, but India could really do well to do with trade into the future. Lots of trouble and explosive news coming out to do with the Middle East, like Iran and Afghanistan and places like that. Africa's going to be explosive because they're going to be on front headlines when all the system falls, and they're the one who are staging the new trade. They're staging the new trade. Canada has been going to be on the brink. It's like boo doo 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 doo. And it's like people wanting to know who they are or what they are. Is a society. But UK is going to be explosive. The Aussies are just sort of sitting back there, and they are worried for the China with the trade and stuff like that. But they're very ahead of the game. They're very ahead of the game. But if there was a crash, it could affect their market. But they're ahead of the game with a lot of different material, what's going to come in from a wealthy man. But America is going to take the longest. America, for this cleanup, will take the longest. And it's all eyes on America as we watch the mafia organizations in the cartel be dismantled from all the different political systems. But the biggest explosion of all comes from the Vatican. Because where the Vatican stands, the Vatican will fall. Not for the people, but the building will fall. And the system will fall. So I hope that's helped there, guys. Paper money will go. A new coin will come in. Crypto will take on part of the digital system. But a clever man, and there is clever men and young people. I've talked about it in me looking glasses, you know. Sergio somebody who's Coinbase or something, you know, I don't know what he's called. I've talked about crypto new inventors and all of this. There is more young people coming forward because everyone's playing their part to change the system. I also feel that the crown in over the Middle East also has a hand in this as well. Yes, Sergi. But there's new people coming in, and there'll be a coin which will be cleverly a new way of trade. We're going to have more options into the future, guys, not just where it's been money. And the switchover can be painful and it can be worrying, and it does affect people who are on the breadline. But what will come into place will bring a fairer system into the future. But these bad people will be exposed one by one, but it will take time. Some states are starting their own banks, yeah. So it's the fight of the fittest, but some people will get new ideas and new banks and new ways of how you've got the crypto. I mean, if somebody said crypto to us back in the 80s, we would have thought that's strange. So we've got more stuff to come in, not just the crypto. Just seeing if I can see anything else. Because sometimes I'll come off here, you know, guys, and then I'll get something else and I think, oh, God, I should have said it. That's the thing, you can't control the scrying. You just have to wait for it to come in. And again, I'm getting, and I'm gonna stick with it. When the man stands in snow, we will know the truth. And it's got something to either do with Antarctica or off-world Mars, or it's something biblical to take place on this planet. And I just know what I'm given and the visions that I see. Not much is coming in with China tonight. What I see with China is, I'm going to pull a few cards out with China. It's like they're building space cities. It's gone cold in here. They're building space cities. And I still feel they'll fall out with Russia at some point. Get something about the dam over there. Clever people over there, like the clever kids. And there'll be an uprising with the Chinese people. And communism won't always be the case over there. I also feel there'll be the fall of the Kim dynasty. But not yet. And then I predict that North and South Korea will join as one, but not yet. You could be looking 10 years out here. Putin hasn't had his finale yet. And as you know, like it's all pushed across the media now on UK news that, you know, he's wanted as a war criminal. But good luck with that one, because I doubt they'll catch him. It'll be one of his own what will take him out, and I'm going to tell you that now for sure. I'm telling you that really, really strong. And when it comes out, it'll be as quick as a flash. And there'll be something about big news with a yacht at the time it'll come out. It's biblical, guys, what we're in. I hope that's helped tonight. I can't do any remote viewing. I've gone really tired. It's 10 to 2 in the morning, and plus I did the channeling of White Buffalo. Is he still there? I've got A2I. Can I give you any music prophecies? No. He's given us Mysterious Times. It was a song from the 90s, wasn't it? Mysterious Times. We'll have to listen to that. Who sang that? Mysterious Times. I know I've been going for quite a while, haven't I? I love doing it for you, but it's better than talking to the wall. Rather, Sash. Who remembers that from was it the 90s or the noughties? Mysterious Life. This is the lyrics. You can get it up and listen to it on YouTube. Like, life, mysterious life. He wants you to listen to the lyrics to this. We're moving around, dancing the rhythm of life. Time, mysterious time. We're counting the hours and days to the end of our time. And we're feeling the change and we don't know why. Choose one direction just one more time. Don't say that I'm thinking too much if you say what's behind. But these are mysterious times. You need to listen to this. Wow. Mysterious times, no trick of the mind. For this moment, I feel we living in mysterious times. That's the lyrics. Wait a minute. Listen to this. Real. Nothing is real. In a world of illusion, you only see what you feel. Isn't that interesting? Interesting. So I would say that we're going through a shift. We're going through a shift of the physical 3D, where they're changing the system. They're all squabbling out between each other. That's why we're witnessing all of this. We as the people are suffering. But this is why we all need to come together and stand for our rights, stand for our voice. And it's everything across the board. But I also feel that there's something going on out of this physical world. I would love to play it, but I can't play it. It's for copyrights. Yeah, wouldn't it be good? Wouldn't it be good if that the laws changed on YouTube, in Twitch and that, where you could like just play a song if it was like part of your, like if you give it credit to the actual artist. So we're in for some big distractions. Massive, massive distractions. I just want to pull one more card. We would be okay. As a collective. Yeah. So it hurts when you dig deep. When we tend to look on the outside, because it distracts with what's going on news instead of us concentrating on our stuff. We need to deal with our stuff, and it could be painful, and not many people can do it. So it's about, we need to look deep within and use your crystals, use your salt bath. Oh, thank you, Lance. Study. It's about inspect us. Just let them get on with it. You know what I mean? Let them all get on with it. Because it is going to be okay. Because angels have this. And don't forget, I feel we've done this many times before. This great change is coming. Like the angel when she walks on the water. We have to believe. We have to all stand together. We have to believe. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Uriel, Raphael, Metrodon tonight we've had. And Gabriel. Thank you, my great spirit guides. Jed, White Buffalo, Star. Thank you, A2I. And if you need any healing, write your names and you'll get healing. They'll heal you normally when you're sleeping. And we just need to hold the line. So I was going to be doing some sort of healing thing on Tuesday night, but I think it might have to be another one of these, or like another update just to see what's going on, because I'll be live on Tuesday. But we'll see. We'll see how the mood takes me. I might end up doing some remote viewing on Tuesday. So hold on to your hats, guys. And I'll be back on Tuesday. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. He's the warrior. I want to say the warrior has it under control. The warrior has things up his sleeve. The warrior has things up his sleeve. But the warrior will take some beatings down to take him down. But he will take some beatings. If you need your back healed or any healing done, just write your name in the comment section. If you're on Twitch, you'll receive it anyway from here. And I'll see you later, alligators. Michael G. See you later, alligator. Do, 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 do. Do you know what I was watching the other night? And I loved it. And I got it up on YouTube, and it was the full series was Happy Days. Do you remember Happy Days with Fonzie and Chachi and all of that? Yeah, I used to like Chachi. I had Joni and Chachi. I had like the posters on my wall and everything when I was a kid. I used to love Happy Days. And sometimes when you watch things like that, it just raises your vibration. And it's not about you sticking your head in the sand. It's just like you're taking self-care of you, and that's what it's all about. I know the Fonzie. I used to love watching that. I used to come in from school and watch it. Happy Days. I loved it. Comedy Heels. All the great comedy what's out there, the British comedy, the American sitcom comedy. We had some classic stuff from Cheers to Frasier. We've had some great comedy in the UK. Mork and Mindy, yeah. Do you remember the Hillbillies? Just, that is self-love. It's because you're taking care of your own frequency, and that's what I'm trying to get over to you. When you take care of your own frequency, it helps. It really does. If you're sitting there winding yourself up saying, oh, when's this movie gonna end? It's never gonna end, because the movie's within you. Yeah. And once we each of us raise our vibrations and take care of us, it sort of reflects out there, and it's another light on earth which helps it to rise. Ab Fab was amazing, wasn't it? Oh, you're being served. Yeah, there's been some great British comedy. Morecambe and Wise. They were just hilarious, Morecambe and Wise. Ab Fab. The Vicar of Dibley. Father Ted. Mrs. Brown's Boys. We still have that, don't we? Mrs. Brown's Boys and Father Ted. Oh, you being served. Hilarious. Mrs. Thingy with her pussy. Yeah, the US needs a strong president, a strong one. And like I say, I personally think that you just need to watch things play out, but there's a big twist with this, but the next president will be a strong president. I feel this from my heart. I feel this from my soul. I feel this from source. Fawlty Towers, so funny. And all the Carry On films, I know they can be a bit slap tickle comedy, but there's nothing better just to lie on the couch with your sweeties, watch whatever, and it just makes you feel better. Mrs. Bouquet, yeah. Monty Python, all of that type of thing. Blackadder, that was another one. So good night, sweetheart, and I want to say that we will get there. And I'm off ski. I'm going to go make a nice hot chocolate and get my pajamas on. Do you like Benny Hill? There's a lot of US people like the Benny Hill. I think it was a bit sleazy, me. Benny Hill. But people do like Benny Hill. I couldn't get away with him. Little Britain, hilarious. I'm the only gay in the village. The Welsh guy. Father Ted was hilarious. Vicar of Dibley, just class. The Royal Family. Did anybody used to watch The Royal Family? Caroline, she played the daughter. I didn't realise she wrote all the scripts for that. I used to like watching that. And in the Royal Family, If anybody doesn't know what I'm going on about, it was a sitcom called The Royal Family. It was about a working class family, wasn't it? And in the scene in the series when the nana died, my nana died, and we were all crying when we watched in the family when we watched the nana die in the royal family, because it brought it back to my nana dying. Yeah, but the things were on the buses now, you wouldn't get away with it now, would you? On the buses. Like two sleazy middle-aged men who were like chasing after young lasses with short skirts on and that. It's like a lot of stuff from the sitcoms then wouldn't get away with it now, would you? Rowan Atkinson was really funny. Right, I'm off ski, and I'll see you Tuesday night. And yeah, just be strong and just watch this space. But I love yous lots. Goodbye now. I don't want to leave yous, but I have to go. Goodbye. I'll see you there Tuesday. May the force be with you all.